So yellow eyeshadow isn't a color I reach for very often, but I wanted to create a summer makeup look that contains yellow eyeshadow and see whether or not I could actually pull it off. So let's immediately start. First will be skin prep, of course, and since my skin is very dry right now, I'm starting with toner pads. And these are also so cooling, so that's also very nice during summer. And these are by Anua, by the way. These are the Anua Azulite 10 Hyaluron Redness Soothing Pads. And they are very good. I can just only recommend them, and I leave them on for like 5 minutes. And after that I'm using them as a wiping toner pad. And ignore my eyebrows. I just dyed my hair, as you can see. And I dye my hair red, and I also put some dye on my eyebrows, but I left it on for too long and now they are so intensely red. Now for sunscreen. I already emptied one of them. This one is like the bigger version. It looks completely different now. It's now blue and it looked like this at first. And it's a Japanese sunscreen. It's the Skin Aqua UV Super Moisture Gel. If you have oily skin, it's perfect. It also works perfect under makeup. I just like everything about it. That's why it became my favorite. And I haven't tried the new formula, but I hope it's going to be the same like this one. And my inspo is going to be, I also like this yellow eyeshadow look from Kylie Jenner, I think. And I think I'm going to do it a little bit like this. I'm going to start with color correcting. I'm going to use this Judydoll. I think it's a blush. It's in the shade 03. And I have been using it for a blush always, but I heard like it's also going to work as a color corrector because it has like this peachy tone. So you can use them as blush as well as a color corrector. It's also a nice base blush shade. I think this worked pretty well. It also gives a little bit of this like under eye blush vibe. So then for foundation, this is one of the foundations I really like to use. It's the Catrice Tinted Serum Foundation in 010N. It's very serum-like. It also has quite a good coverage. And you can layer it as well. And if you do, you get quite high coverage honestly with this one. But I'm going to go for less coverage because it can look a little bit cakey sometimes on me. That's why I tend to use not very high coverage foundations, but especially in like summer it's like the better choice to not use very high coverage foundations. And everything else I'm just going to cover with concealer. And for concealer I'm using the Glam Like Magic 12-Hour Full Coverage Concealer in Fair, and I'm not using a lot because it is already full coverage. And I'm going to cover everything else as well. The shade might be a little bit too light for me, and yeah, this is definitely too light, but at least it's not orange or something. Next for bronzer, I'm going to use my favorite bronzer. It's such a good bronzer. It's the About Face bronzer in Beach Goth. It's just so good. It's so creamy. I always mention how nice it blends, and it literally does. And also I love that it's not pulling orange, especially on lighter skin tones. Many bronzers can look like very orange, but look how beautiful it looks. And whenever someone would ask me what bronzer I would recommend, I would definitely say this one. Now blending it in my forehead as well, and also in my hairline, so it won't look that bad. Because of the hair dye, my whole scalp is so red. That's what I hate about red hair dye, but I also love red hair, so it's just something I have to do. And now everything looks so much more bronzy, more summery. And now we are going to add a little blush. I'm using this Peri Pera Jelly Blush. It's the Pure Blushed Sunshine Cheek in 31. I love this texture so much. It's not very pigmented as you can see, but you can build it up. Of course it's going to run out so much faster because of that, but I just like it. I just like the shades, I like the texture, I like how it looks. And if you like more natural blush, then these are very good. But I as well sometimes wish they would be a little bit more pigmented. Honestly, I'm someone, I don't gravitate towards very pigmented blushes. So I do like blushes that are a little bit less pigmented, but more buildable, but also like to some extent. And when a blush is literally not pigmented at all, then what even is that? Okay, then I'm going to set the base with powder, of course. And I'm going to start with the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. And I'm only going to use it for my under eyes. I do have this powder some time ago. This one is brand new. And I'm going to dab it off on my hand a little bit. And then, as you can see, it's very brightening. So this powder immediately wakes you up and your under eye area will look so much fresher. And because it is like this, that's why I cannot really use it for my whole face. On areas where I want to highlight, of course, like here for example, but not like for my whole face. But the rest of my face also needs to be set, so I'm going to use this big Wet n Wild loose setting powder. And I got it because it reminded me very much of the Huda Beauty one. It is good, but it's nowhere like the Huda Beauty one. But it doesn't mean it's bad or anything. But it's also like a very fine powder and it blurs your skin so much. I don't know what this patch is here right now. I'm guessing it's from this puff of the Essence powder. I hope I can fix it a little bit. Right, so let's do something about my brows. They're too red right now because my hair isn't even that red. I feel like my hair won't absorb the red hair dye properly anymore, and I'm using the Glam Striking Brow Gel in red brown to like tone my brows a little bit down. Let's do the eyeshadow finally, and of course I need like a very pigmented yellow shade, and this palette has a very beautiful yellow shade in it. I also love this palette. It's so colorful and pretty, and of course it will be this shade. This one is the Lethal SpongeBob Shadow Palette. But before I'm going to do it, because I want to like put this yellow in my inner corner, I'm going to grab my concealer again, put a little bit in my inner corner to like brighten it. And I have to be careful not to apply too much because I have some areas here on my eyes powdered already. If I'm going to apply too much, it will look cakey and become patchy. And while I let this concealer set a little bit, I'm going to do my nose contour. And I'm using this Glam Hyperscope Highlight and Contour Palette in Cool. That's what I'm only using right now. And I'm going a little bit for this button nose style always. And then I'm also applying this matte highlight on the tip of my nose and nose bridge. And then I will go over with like the shimmery one. Basically I'm using all 4 shades, just a little bit here, and my nose contour is done. Now let's get to the eyeshadow again. Now of course I'm applying the yellow. And this is how I applied it. It adds just like this nice pop of color, and for summer it looks so beautiful. What's your favorite eyeshadow color for summer? I love to wear like blue, purple, green. I don't think I have ever worn yellow. Now I'm blending it a little bit out. Now the exact same on my left eye. I think it looks so nice to have like a colorful eyeshadow shade only in your inner corner. It adds such a beautiful, colorful detail. Now I'm going to add like only brown shades. I'm going to use this Kiko Smart Color eyeshadow in 05. It's like a nice chocolate mocha brown. And I need to set my eyelids first. And now I'm dipping in a little bit because it's quite pigmented. And I'm going to add it in my crease, but only like going back and forth. And then also on my lower lash line. I'm going to blend it out with another brown shade. I'm using this Misha Cotton Contour in Smoked Hazel. And that's where I'm blending that brown out. And also soften it a little bit. Right, so far it looks like this. I really like how it looks. And for eyeliner I'm going to do a black wing. And I'm using the Essence Liquid Ink Eyeliner. And I'm going for more of a straight wing because I think it suits me more. And before mascara I'm going to line my tight line with a brown eye pencil. I'm using one that's in my project pan right now. It's in my everyday makeup routine as well. And for my waterline I'm going to apply a beige eye pencil, which is also in my project pan. This one is by Kiko, and I like always do like a nude or beige waterline. Right, that's for eyeliner. Now for mascara I'm going to use the Lash Princess Volume Mascara. It was my first ever mascara, and I love like these curved ones. They work the best for me and for my lashes. The sun's coming out and it's going like every 2 minutes. And now for like that summer glow, I'm going to use this highlighter. This one is the Glam Glow Cheap Bouncy Highlighter in Red Bean. Look how pretty it is. Also, these are like squishy, as you can see, and that's what I'm going to apply on my cheeks. It's very pigmented, so I need to be a little bit more careful, but it gives like this really nice summer glow and summer cheek as well. Look how pretty it is. And I'm also going to add a little bit on my eyelids, and it also contains like yellow glitter, and also a bit on my brow bone as like a brow highlight. And then I blend it out a little bit. And then I'm using the Essence Eye Sparkle liquid liner, and I'm going to add just a tiny bit on my inner corner. And then for lash glue, I'm using the Essence Lash Glue, and I already prepared my false lashes, and I always add a little bit here on my inner corner and outer corner. Doing it like this will always make my lashes last like the whole day, and they especially always detach from this area or the outer corner, so I'm going to add an extra layer of glue there. I'm going to do my lips. I'm starting with this by Unleasha Pillow Kiss lip pencil in number 2 Charming, and I'm only going to use it as a base color because this is really similar to my natural lip color, and it just adds this pouty effect. Then I will go over with the Glam Lip Facts lip liner in Concrete Jungle. Just go over the lip pencil, but I always then focus more on the center of my lips, like from here to here and less on like the corners. I just define my corners a little bit, but not like I don't go all the way. And then I apply like a matte base shade. I'm using this Judydoll lip product. There's also no name on here, but it's the shade N22, and it's a bit more orangey. And it also contains glitter. It's very cute, very like a summery shade. I'm going to let it set a little bit, and I'm going to apply my lashes. So my lashes are on. Let's finish this look with a lip gloss. I'm going to use quite an unusual shade of lip gloss, and it will be yellow as well. This one is the Lethal SpongeBob lip gloss in SpongeBob. As you might already know from the name, it is yellow, and this will be the topper for the matte lip product. And it's not like very yellow, it's just very subtle. It looks very yellow here, but when you apply it, it's much more subtle, especially when you like apply it completely. It's just this golden glitter shade, like this now. So a very beautiful topper, a very unique gloss. And I'm also going to add a very nice summery detail. I'm using this Too Faced palette. It's my Project Pan palette. I'm going to use this shade with this brush, and I'm going to do freckles. So I need to wet this brush first. Then I'm just dabbing this on to create these very beautiful freckles. And shades like this, these orangey burnt brick shades, are very like suitable for that. And lastly, fixing spray, because I'm always forgetting this. I'm going to use the Essence Jelly Grip Refreshing Aloe Spray. It's actually a prep and a setting spray. And with that, this look is done. So this is how the finished look looks in the end. I honestly love it so much. I didn't expect yellow eyeshadow to look so good. I also think it will go with any eye color, and I know a lot of people are like hesitant when it comes to wearing colorful eyeshadows, and yellow is included. but just go for it. That's what I also told myself when I started wearing colorful shadows, because people will look anyway. Even if you don't wear like a very colorful or bright eyeshadow, they will look anyway, they will judge anyway. Just go for it and try new things out. Let me know what you think about this look. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, kindly leave positive feedback, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video.